That's it. That's the biggest thing we got to worry about out there.
As far as
I got to wander out there and discover, oh, look, they have giant lizard armored fucking bears.
I know. Everybody knows that those are mostly extinct.
Awesome. All right, cool.
There hasn't been a spotting in months of those.
I look forward to seeing the giant fucking armored bear.
Logan makes a note. I like his thinking here. Hey, Freddie, if you want to tell Tim how to put in his picture and
cool.
adjust his
Actually,
name.
let me do a quick restart of my anytime anywhere.
Oh God!
I have 4 cards. I'll end up with 4 new cards. I'm guessing, right?
No,
they'll stay the same.
They'll stay the same. Okay, I'm just gonna restart this real quick. Yeah.
Is yours messed up?
No.
You just wanted to restart it for fun? You weirdo. Freddie, did you figure out the problem with the Roll20 thing?
It bugged out. I don't know. Just have to restart it and seemed to work fine after that. No idea what was wrong with it.
Why do computers always need to be restarted?
I don't know. I fixed the alcohol drug tolerance button. That didn't work yesterday. But other than that,
Are you able to fix it on the working copy? Or did you fix it on one?
I fixed it on this one.
Okay.
Oh well.
What's that? What's that, Tim?
Well, I figured since I had successfully loaded into my account the image.
Oh yeah, well that's how you do it. Yeah. You put it on your account.
It's like it won't keep the fucking image there. It's like, oh yeah, it's right here. We've got it. I'm like, okay, cool. Image is there.
Do you want to just tell him how to do it, Freddie? Because he won't be happy until he can make
changes.
Yeah, save change. Yeah, well, it seems like he's done it, so there's not much else I need to tell him.
Tim's been getting smarter, and this makes
Every time I click save changes, it's like, yeah, hey, no problem, and it immediately goes back to me not being able to see the fucking image. There.
Okay, hold on.
Tim getting smarter makes Logan nervous.
Something different is going on, eh?
I suspect he may be building something in his basement that's horrifying to humans.
What kind of file is it? What kind of image file, I mean?
It is a, let's see, properties.
Nice small JPEG?
Type of file? JPG file?
Yeah, it should be fine.
Size
matter? Doesn't matter, not really.
44.9 kilobytes by 48.0 kilobytes?
No, it should be fine. Weird. You went into your account. Whoops. Well, I just reset mine. So, hold on.
I'm just happy that Tim hasn't blown up Roll20 because he is the guy from Good Omens.
It helps if you shake your computer, DJ. Shake it.
I've done that before. It doesn't work well.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I just uploaded mine. Save changes. And yeah, it didn't work for me.
Well, while he's working on that and thinking about giant armored bears, who's going to be the person to drive you guys out there? Because roads are super bad.
Not me.
All right, I get in the back seat behind the driver's side.
You're sitting next to Freddie. Tim, I don't know if you drive. It appears everybody is terrified.
If no one else knows how to drive a car, I'll do it. But
Are you terrified of a steering wheel as well, Tim?
What the fuck? No.
They
Okay.
are.
Have fun. You're driving the car then.
Right.
Give me
Don't
a
forget-
drive roll. It shows it raining and awful muddy roads and
Don't
stuff.
forget. Hey guys, why don't we stop at all gas stations? Why don't we make sure we get a couple extra sandwiches to go and a couple extra gallons of gas to take with us, huh?
Okay.
Perfectly fine. All right. Let's see.
I thought they were going to ignore you, Ralph. I, honest to God, thought they'd be like, yeah, just keep going. Shows the car on its side.
I drive slow and cautious.
Take a plus 10 to your roll.
Yeah, we're all dead.
All
right. Hiya! Death.
Vroom.
All right, can we get out of the parking lot, please?
It shows you guys spinning, and you guys hit Henry Young's car, and it goes, beep, beep, beep. The truck pops over.
I get out of the car. I forgot how freakishly difficult driving was in this universe.
All right. Let me.
You don't even have a license if you're.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not much better. Uh-oh.
Do they have Uber?
No,
It's the
yeah, they don't
1980s.
have the internet, really. They got bulletin boards at best.
Can't wait
Alright,
to see
let
what
me-
cab drivers are like. Yes, we would like to pay you for driving us 20 hours and hours there.
You guys
Yeah,
could hire a cab, sure. Then you'll have the NPC rolling, and won't that be fun?
I'll get into
NPCs are like, holy shit. When you find these guys, they're usually like a small group of them. You make so much money off of them.
Shows
Okay.
the cab up in a tree, and you guys are like, how? So, Freddie, are you wanting to try driving normally, or are you going with the slow, cautious thing?
Slow at like literally 2 miles an hour. Just
All right.
Are we gonna do a drive-by here or what?
Shows an old lady on old Sleestak lady on a walker passing you. Freddie's like, ding, ding, ding.
I
Roll
whistle.
a plus 10, Freddie. I don't think
Hey, baby,
go that slow before the
I'm
cops
back to pick you up later.
okay.
Wasn't that the 80s? They had that shit they could plug into the car and you could like talk on the microphone.
Yes.
Hey, baby.
Oh.
You don't need to drive like that slow. You,
All right,
you
so here's
drive
the deal. When we get to the gas station, you just keep circling. You can't stop because you'll have to roll again.
So we'll just keep squirting gas at the car.
Oh, giving each of them a card. All right. And you guys stock up on the extra sandwiches, extra gas. Freddie drives you out there without any issues. I'm not going to, pretty much the trip is nice and boring. And Freddie's just like hunched over the wheel and just shows sweat pouring off of him. Are you guys both sitting in the back seat?
Oh, yeah.
Tim, are you in the back?
I would like to be in the back, but in the middle. I want to be in the safest spot.
Okay,
I don't even care if I have to like put an arm around someone else.
It shows him with his arm. It shows Colburn with his arm around Swade. Swade's just looking at him like, I'm not sure how we got this. Freddie, they're trying to distract you with their cuddling in the back.
I turn on the radio. Put it up.
Oh, strangers in the night, bum, 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 bum. Exchanging rubbers. This one's too tight. I'll need another. This one's too loose. I'm losing all my juice. You might want to change that station. That's not right.
I gave Tim extra cards for his singing.
Oh, that's amazing.
You guys eventually, which town are you going to? You've heard about 2 different ones here.
Does anybody want an Florence Fails?
Yes.
All right, there you go. Just throw out whatever.
We'll go to Sarton.
All right. Sarton itself, this is where your hotel is, so that's awesome. You check in at the Motel 5. Their motto on the sign is because your spouse doesn't need to know. The hotel itself is on the edge of town. Yeah. So you guys check in.
Plus 10 damage.
Mm,
Now,
sure. I'll take one. Sure.
with your crit, if you wanted to go out to Drum Chapel in order to interview the guy who hired you, you could, and I'll let you get there and come back before finishing your driving.
Sure, yeah, let's do that then.
Revert to its normal death trap.
Sure, let's do that then.
Hey, before we go too much farther, before we get out of the car, if you would be ever so kind as to give me and the other gentleman with us, I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Suede.
Suede.
Yes.
Got it. First name Jack?
Yep.
I see. Okay. Right.
God, number 472, are you?
This would explain a lot about why they were cuddling in the back seat all.
No, I can neither confirm nor deny any current accusations.
Mm-hmm. Let me see the card.
Yeah. If you could give each one of us 70 of the lizard people money, that would be just fantastic.
I'll give you 100.
That's even better. Thank you so much.
All right.
100. In case we get separated, it would really suck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's more fun that way, being stuck on an alien planet, nowhere close to the gate or to the barbershop. Yeah. It'd take a long goddamn time to walk that far, too.
All right. Nah, you just put a saddle on one of the fucking lizard people.
Yeah. So you guys go out to visit with this Trevor Knight guy. He was happy after seeing Freddie's PI license and stuff. He quickly invites you in. He makes coffee or tea for you guys and sits down with you. This guy is doing pretty good. He's really into birds. He's got pictures of birds all over. It's clear that this guy is a bird watcher. You know, he has like his very first binoculars under a little glass thing and stuff. He's got pictures of birds all over the walls. It's weird talking to a lizard man guy in a sweater vest, but here you are. How may I be of assistance in your case? He says.
Well, I guess we'll start by just tell us what you know, what you saw, what you've heard, the basics.
You have to understand this is difficult to talk about.
Of course.
And I would like your assurances of confidentiality, because if I would be labeled some sort of crackpot.
Don't worry, I've known plenty of those in my time.
He gives Freddie a long look.
They're nice people.
The long look does not seem to abate at all.
Sir, I can assure you, whatever your fetish is, we do not care, and we will not let anyone else know about it.
Very well. I was out bird watching. I was looking for, and it just shows like the music swell up as he describes birds that nobody cares about. And he says, and then there was a bright light and the trees were all blowing because I was out at night looking for this kind of owl. And then suddenly I felt myself lifted up through the trees. And I don't really remember what happened after that. But then when I was on the ground again, I reeked of alcohol. This made me very angry. My father was an alcoholic, and that means I never touch the stuff. I don't even have any alcohol in my home. ever. And being sprayed with it enraged me. And so I decided to hire the agency, the young detective agency, to find out what happened to me and make sure it doesn't happen to anybody else.
Did you feel drunk or have a
Not
hangover?
No.
Has anybody done a full medical exam on you since then?
No, I couldn't go into the doctors or anything because they would want to know why. No, I just decided to get the detectives involved because I know that the young detective agency has a certain reputation for being able to ferret out these things. And then after that, I started hearing about news from Sartan with the UFOs. I don't know if there's any connection, but I ask you to find out what is going on.
I have a couple questions. In those woods where you're located, are there any dangerous birds or animals we should be aware of? Something we should watch out for?
There's rumors, of course, of the great armored bears, but they're just that, rumors. There may be some cougars that you want to watch out for. As far as birds, to the best of my knowledge, there's no dangerous birds there.
What time did this happen and when?
He goes, he looks at Freddie and then he looks at you two and goes, well, it was at night. It was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you still have your clothes that got sprayed with the alcohol?
No, I burned them. I can't stand the stuff.
It appears that we actually forgot a pair of our binoculars. Could you have a pair we can borrow? Maybe an extra one?
Absolutely. Let me get those for you. He goes and gets you a, it's kind of good news, bad news. They're huge. Huge. Exactly, yeah. He looks at your eyes and goes, hold on a minute. I might have something better. He brings you back a telescope thing that you can look with both your eyes. It's made for one Sleestak. Maybe this will help you more.
Why not? I appreciate that. Thank you.
Certainly. I'm just glad to have had something. You know, it shows go off on a bird watching tangent. And some bird he saw with those.
Now, what would you say the average age of these cougars in this region are? Are they between their like 30s to like late 40s?
Shows TJ getting raped by Sleestak women. He looks at he goes, what was your name again? He says, Suede.
Suede, I say him.
Just talk you and me instead for a while.
Did you encounter or see any other people, campers, animal lovers, travelers that day?
I passed several, yes. The woods are quite popular, and now I've heard that more so with the UFO hunters out. He shows you a map. He gives you a kind of a map and a compass. You now have what's needed for navigation. And he shows you the approximate area. It's kind of between the two towns that you've heard of, Drum Chapel and Sartan. Between those is the Cougar Springs Forest, and that's where all this shit seems to be going down.
Can I confer with him, like on the map, and just reassure where he's at? Ask about elevations, not pit traps, but like ravines, dangerous territory.
He's not an expert at navigation, but you know he shows you, and the map is good. It's got the elevation lines and all that shit. It's a great map.
And I know this sounds silly, but I go ahead and I try to get him. I kind of distract him a little bit, ask him about this bird. I go back to the map. I want him to confirm it like 3 times where he thinks he really was, just to make sure it's the same every time.
Let's see how he does on that.
As soon
He
as
gets more and more vague each time. Like, I guess because he's starting to doubt himself. I could have been in a different forest.
As soon as Wade really starts to grill him, I'm gonna start walking around his place, poking around.
Okay. I don't think Colburn doesn't seem to care about normal shit. This guy has he's got his own juicer and stuff. I mean, he's doing okay. He's not super rich or anything, but he has one of those kind of spacious homes that Lady Sleestaks would probably mind or want to get their.
Sure. I'm looking for blood, body parts, crumpled up notes in a trash can. Those sort of things. Weapons laying around.
The most horrifying thing this guy has is it looks like he bought some taxidermied birds and has those under glass cases and shit, Doesn't look like he does his own taxidermy, but, or they're fake and really well done. That's pretty much as bad as this guy gets.
Got it. Does he have a pin anywhere?
Like writing pen?
No, a pin, like a sewing pin or needle.
I'm sure you can find one. Sure.
Excellent.
You steal his pin.
Sucker.
All right. Now that you've committed a bit of minor larceny, you feel better about life.
Mr. Knight, is there anyone you know who may want to cause you harm? Maybe a rival birdwatcher or...
Oh. Yes. He shows you he's been having a 5-year row with this other bird watcher, because they send each other through the mail, the post. This is back when the post was a thing, snail mail. They send each other pictures of birds that they've seen and shit as I've seen this. But this is pretty fucking minor shit. You're thinking nobody's going to go through, you wouldn't even run somebody over for this kind of rivalry. Although one of the other two might, even if they didn't have a rivalry going. It's hard to tell what the other two guys, if they could drive at all. I mean, one of them obviously can't, but. No, this guy seems to be, give me empathy rolls, everybody.
Hey.
This guy seems inoffensive and dull.
I do have one parting question, at least for myself. I know you said you couldn't go to the doctor because you didn't want to tell them what happened, but did you happen to find any injuries upon yourself or any bruising or...
Any marks?
Right. He denies it, although with your at a quarter empathy roll, he's holding something back that he will not talk about.
All right.
You think you see shame?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Okay. So
I was going to bring something up to Freddie, but I'm biting my tongue.
You guys head out to the car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, the only other thing I wish to stress is this happened at night. He was looking for some sort of...
Which is why I asked what time it happened.
Yeah.
All right.
What time and when was your exact question, which is a beautiful question to confuse them.
Does it strike you as odd that someone will go in...
Are you guys in the car driving back
now?
Back to the hotel.
Does it strike you as odd for someone to go bird watching in the middle of the night?
He said he was looking for an owl, some particular owl that he mentioned.
An owl. Does Sleestak have better vision at night? It might
Let me ask all my Sleestak friends.
I don't know, but you seem to know stuff.
I don't actually know anything.
As you guys are driving along with Colburn's arm around Swade because he likes sitting in the middle for reasons, you see other cars wrecked along the sides of the shitty roads and stuff. By the way, once you guys get outside of town, you notice the road quality really drops off quickly. You go from like normal paved road to shitty dirt road almost
Hey, wait,
immediately.
wait. All right, so as soon as we start seeing some cars off to the side here, I'll ask Freddie to pull over for a minute. Don't even pull over. Just stop in the middle of the street.
Just stop. Oh,
I look
okay.
behind.
If we crash, it's your fault. I stop.
All right. So if you pull over, you probably can't get out.
Something else hits the back of your car, Freddie. You hear, asshole!
Sorry.
Why you're listening to Suede while you're trying to drive is a mystery to you.
Why are there so many bad drivers on this country road?
They're all trying to make the drive roll and they suck at it. This is pretty standard for the world.
Are we done here, Suede? I'm done now.
Just your trunk open.
That makes it easier for me. I wanted to make sure that we actually had like a spare tire, a jack, and all that good stuff.
Stuff in the trunk. And some guy, he's like against his steering wheel going, So he goes, yes, we have everything we need. Good.
Why didn't you just do that earlier?
What you need to do to become filthy rich in any one of Logan's games. Just
My
start
neck.
an auto repair.
I fall on the other guy's hood.
He's still trying to go forward against your car. Apparently, they have different rules for car insurance and suing and stuff here.
All right.
Get off my car. I'll kill you all.
All right, I get back into Freddie's Petermobile. Perfect 80s vehicle. Pinto. Or is it Yugo? Yugo! That's it, from the 80s.
You guys drive back to the Motel 5 and park there, thus ending Freddie's critical driving role from earlier. Now the car has become Death Trap.
How far? Well, first of all, what time is it? Do we need to rest or?
It looks like it's probably about 4 p.m.-ish.
Okay. Well, let's grab something to eat. We haven't eaten all day, and discuss our next course.
Got to. You guys are at the diner. The Sleestak waitress comes up and gets your order and stuff. You guys are eating a normal meal, $30 total.
Is that not included with the motel voucher?
No. Freddie rolls his eyes.
I want to do an experiment. I asked, can I please charge this to my room?
She says. You don't live here.
All right.
We take cash. Blue money.
Yeah, I paid.
Okay. You guys are eating and have plenty of time to talk to each other. Please feel free.
So do we want to check out the forest in the day or at night?
We'll start out during the day.
Mm.
But maybe we should ask some people around town here about the UFOs.
Mm.
Check the papers, see what's been reported.
You don't want to stampede for the clitoris?
Maybe see if there's been other sightings.
Maybe check the hospital, see if anybody else is,
I'll look around.
Back pains.
Is there a newspaper somewhere, Logan? In the
Yeah, give me a luck roll to see one just laying on a table.
Makes sense for a diner, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, he's pretty lucky. I'm waiting for him to fumble and accidentally set fire to something. Shit. There's one. He reaches over and grabs it from a different table. The guy's like, I was reading that. He's like, yeah. No, he grabs a spare newspaper. It looks as though in the newspaper there's you have to flip back to like page 8 to get anything, and it's like whack jobs claiming UFOs and stuff, but nobody's taking it at all seriously, and it's like a humorous news type of thing.
Is there the name of the reporter that actually did the stories, though?
Nobody wanted to attach their name to that puff piece.
Okay. All right, Freddie on it. All right.
Since you made it at a quarter, everybody give me listen rolls, since he made his luck so well.
Ha
It shows like a little microphone or a little a listening dish come out of Suede's ear and focus in on some other conversation. You hear some people talking about the UFOs, but everybody so far who's been making these claims is apparently showing up reeking of alcohol and disoriented. And, of course, there's talk of experiments being done on them, sexual experiments. And somebody said, yeah, it's been lighting up the bulletin boards. And that was pretty much the gist of the interesting shit. There was a lot of other bullshit that went on in the conversation.
I look over at Suede and kind of under my breath. So what do you think the odds are they've got a distillery out there? All the Sleestaks are really into getting fucking trash, but it's against some sort of religious rule. And they all get fucking trash and just blame it on fucking aliens.
What do you think? Should we get ourselves some religion?
Is there a computer in this motel?
Motel 5? No. Maybe if you're staying at the nice one in the center of town, there might be something.
Is there off the waitress or something? Is there a library nearby we can visit?
Oh, yes. She gives you directions. On foot or by car?
You already threw your card. I don't know if you want to take a look at that.
She gives you directions.
Okay.
Not keeping the siege engine card?
So if you don't want it, throw it away.
What was that?
What card do you... hold on a second there.
Just
What
take
card
it.
do you have? I can't see it.
Just take it. Take it. Take it. Get trade.
Oh, okay.
All right, throw it away if you don't want it.
Huh. Ooh, tempting.
He must have given him the free dildo card. Play this card and instantly produce a free dildo. God, that might actually be a good card.
Yeah. Is our card total 5 or 4?
4.
4. Okay.
You just keep getting cards because you're saying and doing funny, interesting shit.
Well, then they'll probably have a computer in the library. We can check their bulletin boards if you want to go do that.
Yeah, I'll go with her and help you out. I want to do some other research. Tim, there, do you want to maybe go with us, and maybe you could just start researching some of the weaknesses of the armored bear and other things of this forest? Maybe research out the history of this national forest.
Got it. Does anyone want to look into Sleestak rules or beliefs on alcohol?
Right. You guys wander over to the library. Let's see. Who's wanting to play with the primitive-ass Sleestak computers?
I mean, we know the answer to that, though.
Well, I know you.
Okay.
Ralph, are you on the primitive computers, or do you want to play with the weird books?
Weird books.
Tim, you're on the books also?
Sure.
Okay. I think I know which topic Freddie's going for. He's going for UFO stuff.
Yeah.
Ralph, topic? You guys are going to get one topic, by the way, because it's almost closing time.
I'll do religion / the alcohol angle on it. Local religions and cults.
Got it. Tim, are you on the armored bear theory or something different?
Trying to find my library use. There we go. I'll be on the area of the woods as far as animals and or strange stories, anything that comes up.
You got it. Okay.
11. I want to play my... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. You were playing a card that will help with your miserable library research?
I'm going to play Master Researcher.
Oh, goddamn. Okay, fine. I'll get back to you in a second. Ralph, how's your library research going on the religions?
All right, here we go.
Okay. And TJ, how's your research role going on the forest area that is in question?
Come on, what's going on here? Hiya. Why am I having this issue again?
Nice.
Wow, everybody succeeded. Okay, let me go in order here. Freddie, according to the bulletin boards, the UFO community, people who think they've been abducted, conspiracy theorists who think the government's holding out on them, whack jobs in general, have this town now on their collective radar. And some people have actually announced that they are now traveling to Sarton to check things out. Others, most, are talking about wanting to, but unless shit steps up, they're not going to make the journey, because traveling town to town in this world seems to be a huge pain in the ass, because nobody flies because they're scared of flying, and anybody who flies, obviously something's up. And yeah, it's just not big enough yet. Let's see, as far as
that was
also,
by the way.
They do note that in Powwack County, people seem to now be suffering from intestinal problems and nightmares more. The problem started with the water, and it's thought to have started a couple months ago. Some people are putting this in with the UFOs. That's why you got that. As far as the religions and whatnot go, as far as alcohol goes, the Sleestak aren't really too hung up on that. You get to find out a few interesting things, though, Ralph. The current year is 2580 AC, 2580 AC. AC stands for after coins. That's after coins were invented, because Croesus, the god of money, is kind of the big winner of the gods in this world. And let's see, other religions. Oh, and they're in their religion, whoever has the most toys wins, if you know what I mean. The other religions include, of course, the Great Green Arkle Seizure. The followers of this believe that when the Great Green Arkle Seizure sneezed, that created the universe. They all fear the coming of the Great White Handkerchief, which will obliterate the universe. One of their high priests is named Hamakavula. Let's see. There's also the followers of Koben, Koben. He is a god of justice, represented by a guillotine that his followers wear around their necks, because a great prophet of this god was killed by guillotine. Anyone who's diseased is said to be suffering in punishment by Koben. Anybody who's in good health are thought to be favored by the god. They're into hard work and stuff like that. And of course, the last religion is the religion of peace. This is the most violent of the religions, and is represented by 3 crescent moons joined together by one of the points. Their followers, if discovered, are usually just killed outright, because they are so violent they'll try to take down as many people as possible. Now, as far as the forest goes and such, Tim, you find some interesting shit. Apparently, 3 hikers went missing really recently from there, like within a couple of days, and nobody knows where they went. There's
any names on the hikers?
Yes, you get their names. You now know their names. Oh, also, something that you'd found oddly enough in your research, TJ, is there's a local support group that meets up at a local Croesus temple for those who have been abducted. The group itself is right after local Alcoholics Anonymous group. They call themselves the Survivors. They meet just before a different group that calls themselves the Survivors. The second group, who calls themselves the survivors are ones that have lost like a loved one or a child or something like that, and they're surviving death of that. The survivors are people who were or claimed to have been abducted, and they started a meeting a week ago, and they're doing once a week meetings. Next meeting should be tomorrow after about 6 p.m. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. Also,
at what temple?
the Croesus Temple, the Gold God Temple. Also, for a big roll from everybody, please, everybody give me the con endurance type roll. Lower is better. This is a big roll for God knows what. Half is great. Success is okay. Fail is horrible.
Well,
It's not as bad as a fumble, though.
Well, see what happens. You might want to reroll that.
He's not going to get to know until it happens, unfortunately.
Okay.
That's why this is one of those big, nasty rolls.
all right, I guess I'll spend one of those points I covenantly hoard.
The hero points? You don't want to do that. You want to see what horrible shit happens to...
Kind of, I do. I'll just let this one roll, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Everybody succeeded. Great. I'll get back to you on that. Or not. So, there you go. That's what you find there. Everybody give me a luck roll. Let me know who gets the worst. This is as you guys are researching and stuff.
Pick a me. Pick a me.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it Swade?
Yeah.
Perfect. A obviously homeless Sleestak guy shuffles up to you as you're doing your research and such. And he says, "Excuse me. Have you seen the sign?"
Which sign?
The sign.
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
He offers you something round and wrapped in a dirty cloth. Take it. You'll need it. You'll
All right.
know what. He gives it to you and shuffles off.
All right.
I move away from Ralph.
Oh, you're on the other side of the library. You're watching him interact with the homeless Sleestak guy, though.
Perfect.
You're like, it's a small thing that he gave you. It's not like, here, take this backpack. No.
No.
Take this anvil. You'll need it.
Keep it with you always.
Oh, shit.
See what I mean about TJ being a scene guy?
Yeah.
So, what do you do, Ralph?
Oh, I peek at the sign, just hoping it's not the. Oh, good.
No, not exactly what you expected. It looks like this.
All right. Interesting. What does this appear to be made out of?
It looks like it's somebody had painted it on cheap plastic disc.
Okay.
You see Freddy hunched over his computer and muttering darkly. He's just muttering to himself again like a crazy person.
All right. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll hang on to it.
Yeah.
I'll put it in a convenient pocket or something. It won't break.
No, it'll be fine. Unless you start falling off cliffs and shit, then no promises. And it's cheap plastic. Cool. So that's the library will be closing in 10 minutes. Please wake up the nearest homeless person to you and let them know. Thank you.
I look under the desk.
Some guy.
I kick him.
5 more minutes. Wow.
I now realize I am actually homeless. I hang my head and leave.
You guys all
I'll go with him.
prey along with the stream of homeless Sleestak.
All right, back to the motel, I suppose.
You guys go on what would be a short drive if you weren't convinced that Freddie put the car up in the tree, back to on the long walk back to the hotel. It shows many flashbacks of the Trail of Tears march and stuff.
So, find anything interesting? Any leads?
Yeah, alcohol is not an issue. They've got several deities. I don't see any of this being currently relative.
I blah out mine. Blah.
I'd blow out mine too.
Perhaps we should try to track down surviving relatives and or people who know these 3 people who went missing to try to track down or figure out what route or area they usually hiked in.
Just so you know, only one of their relatives lives in town. The other 2 apparently came from far away, different town to come hike here because it's apparently very lovely, blah, blah, blah.
For what it's worth at this point, Logan, I started making sure I drink things like, milk and non-water goods.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, you guys, by the time you guys get back to the hotel, it's a fight for the toilet as for some reason you guys all have diarrhea. And none of you drank water at because I can't imagine any of you guys is really being into water.
Well, we had tea and coffee.
Oh, well, it's the kind of diarrhea that's like, this toilet needs to be destroyed now. That kind of diarrhea.
What did we eat and drink specifically?
We did. We ate.
Yeah, but what, like bread or meat? Fruit?
Sleestak food.
Yeah. I mean, the Sleestak food is more vegetarian, but there is still some meat. They like theirs a bit.
It was edible, though.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So we might need to also track down a water source up in these hills.
Yeah, well, there's a Pollock County water source that I found. Seems people having bad stomach problems. Might be because of that.
Kill it, Ralph. Send it back to hell.
It's going to blow up.
It's not even my phone.
Shows him with a pickaxe. Junk. Hell, do it.
I was just double checking. There isn't a hand running around in that fucking aquarium behind you, is there, Ralph?
No.
Not a hand. Ralph's gotten into new weird shit.
Yeah, it's a tarantula.
Nice.
Fuck.
I breed them.
Yeah, he more than just owning 1 or 2. No, he wants a lot.
Am I able to like diagnose myself? Like why I have diarrhea? What's going on with me?
Give me first aid roll. You're not plus you've got 2 other people you can try to diagnose.
Yeah, I was like between the 3 of us.
Shows Colburn sitting on the toilet going sassy, saucy, saucy. Yeah.
But how?
You think you've all got some sort of disease, which is odd because doors are normally immune to disease. This must be a special disease.
I'm going to try and cast a spell.
Okay. On who? Target?
Myself.
Okay. He goes, don't forget the willpower roll.
Yeah, it's ×5 for
this kind of spell, yes. There's one category of spells that it's harder.
So anytime you cast the spell, you need to do a willpower first, then the spell?
Unless the zone is free fire for magic, then there's no willpower roll.
Come on.
Freddy's head explodes. You guys are covered with the brains and viscera. No, he just stands there going. And you guys are like,
I move him over the toilet.
Which is really awkward because Tim's on the toilet. Colburn's sitting there looking up. He's like,
put on the door. No, get out.
Freddy gets the sink.
Oh,
Right.
this
Once the fucking restroom is cleared out, I will attempt to do the same. Let's see. So it's willpower times 5.
You have that spell?
He does.
Oh,
that one spell.
Let's see. How do we get my fucking screen to get bigger? There we go. Get bigger, you. Yeah. So willpower times 5. Yeah.
That spell.
Fail.
So you
All right.
You can keep trying, by the way.
What?
You can continue to try the willpower.
Yes. Until if you fumble the willpower, then it's a fumble card as your brain explodes. But otherwise, you can just, as long as you're not in combat, you can just keep going until you make your willpower or fumble. There
we go. All right. And then roll the spell, right?
Yes. Now is when your head may explode.
Yeah.
Does I get to laugh?
I have.
Ooh.
Right. You are cleared of disease for today.
For today.
Well, yeah, it's not indefinite. But you get a check in the spell, TJ.
Yay. I come out of the bathroom.
You called it Dr. Zed, huh? You feel much better, TJ. You did get a free enema, but other than that, you feel much better. You feel very light on your feet now.
Give myself an enema every day. Keeps me springy.
As you do in real life, we know. So,
where do you think I learned how to do a handstand?
All right. So, what do you guys do now?
Do they have any? All right. Can we ask around to see if anyone else has disease that causes diarrhea and shit?
I don't know. You want to go door to door knocking? I'm going. Excuse me. Are you diseased?
I'll ask the front desk if there's been any reports of this.
Oh yeah. We've had yeah.
What is it though? Do you know?
The guy who works part time in a Motel 5 scratches his head with his claw.
For a card to throw away, Ralph.
I'm not really sure.
Okay.
I'm not a doctor.
Do you know the cure that we can go get?
Oh yeah, I've heard if you eat enough prunes, that'll do it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Go back to my room.
You open up the room door and the smell just fucking hit you in the face like a fucking mugger.
Does Suede and Freddy look fucked up still?
Yes, but unfortunately that spell is self only.
Yeah, I know, but I could attempt a first aid on him, right?
It won't really help on disease. For that you need antibiotics and shit like that.
Got it.
Yeah.
But you can practice making us some good drinking water because we're going to be dehydrated.
If it's from the water.
Wait, we have that spell now, the water purification spell.
But we're still going to be dehydrated and tromping through the forest and
you can do up to 4 liters. That's enough for the whole party for a whole day of tromping through the forest if they're careful with it and don't wash their socks too often.
Right. I will attempt. In the hotel room, is there any sort of containers?
You end up walking to the store, spending $1 Sleestak dollar, getting a 4-liter container, coming back, filling it with water, and then you spend a minute going, I'm shaking this up. Shake it up. Shake it. Ooh, shake it up.
All right,
so what's water in this zone?
So let's try that.
Water is water in this zone.
No, willpower. What the spells?
Actually, that one is willpower times 3.
Oh, okay.
You have now just Freddie, take card. You have now discovered that all elemental spells are willpower times 3. Those are the hard ones to cast here. Any elemental shit. Okay. So TJ, you can keep trying willpower times 3 until you either fumble it and blow up your brain or you make it. Now that you made a willpower times 3 that was called for a willpower times 3, you get a check in willpower, TJ.
Nice.
So whether the spell works or not, you picked up a check in willpower, so it's all worth it. Now, if you can fumble the spell and have something horrible happen with the water, that would really make me happy.
Let's see. Yeah.
So, Freddie, you've discovered something new about these.
Mm-hmm.
Right, why are you not rolling right? What have I done?
Did you click the yes thing? Because Freddie
It
hasn't
might take
fixed that yet.
a second to pop up if you've done everything.
I hope you get that thing fixed, though, Freddie. So it's just default 0, and you can just check. That'd be the best thing. Just default 0.
I'm working on it.
Nice. I can't imagine how complicated that. I couldn't even figure out the character sheet stuff you stuck in.
Is it broken again? Hold on. Let me check.
Did it wreck itself?
I know it's by 100, so I'll just do a D100 and see what happens.
Just do that.
Yeah.
See if it.
Absolutely not.
Let me try my version of that spell. See if it works.
Remember, I think we were having issues with spells last week too.
You are correct. Freddie's working on figuring out the problem, but unfortunately, it's gotten so goddamn confusing. He gets checking willpower. Ralph, you're watching both of them, and the shake it up music is playing.
It's broken. Can you restart the thing?
Let's see. Exit game.
You don't have to exit.
I don't.
Open a new tab. Open anytime, anywhere.
Oh.
And then just do it that way.
Yeah.
That should fix it.
Let's see. Settings. API scripts. Restart API sandbox.
Okay.
Spinning up new sandbox.
Let me try now.
Hey, I see Tim's picture now.
Oh.
Hey, Colburn. Colburn.
Apparently, you just need to restart. God damn, Freddie looks like a Matrix guy, and the other two look like they could be violent sociopaths. They just give off that thing.
Hey, Colburn. Let's here. Come here. Watch this. Let's set it to HBO Special Edition and leave the TV off, and that way, when he turns it on, he'll get on that special Sarlacc channel in the Motel 5, if you know what I mean.
Is this under Freddie's name?
It's under detective agency. Since Freddie's the only detective, all the bills will go through him.
Get all the Sleestak specials channels.
No problem. You guys get into Sleestak porn, which is something I didn't think I'd ever have to say. I gave it all. I'm not to that. It's really special to watch. Essentially, what happens is they do a lot of fucking. Then one of the woman's breast goes away, and a big egg comes out, and then the guy jacks off under the egg. It is horrifying.
We're just trying to do research for the alien probing.
I'm gonna popcorn so me and Swade can watch with some popcorn.
So I come in like maybe 10 minutes later, throw the bottle of water at Colburn.
What?
I can't. It's not working. You try.
Hmm.
What are you watching?
Some sort of weird Sleestak movie.
Should I play this touch plus 20 card?
They're both sitting on the same bed. Are you ready to start jacking off? I mean,
I'm these twins.
I'm not saying it's impossible to jack off to this, but it will be a difficult wank.
Is that a willpower? Or is that
you do willpower?
I just Freddie's bed, didn't I?
You're checking willpower to if you can manage to jack off to Sleestak porn.
God damn it.
Nobody rolls.
I was waiting for it. All right, so they're just sitting there watching Sleestak Porn Freddy and ignoring you.
I
Don't
mean,
forget
I
to
guess
put that in the
I'll
Reading.
curiously watch. I don't know.
So
Oh.
the sun is very slowly going down.
Yeah, if you want to continue trying the water thing, Colburn, go
Keep in
ahead.
mind, you lose half the magic points of a successful spell for every failure.
Yeah, I'm out. I can't do it anymore.
Oh, right. What's my fucking magic points? Huh?
It auto calculates it for you.
Yep.
If you do it the normal way.
Skills. Basic info. Where's magic points listed?
Under spells, under basic info,
Spells.
kind of everywhere.
Where's it? Honest.
Well, they're also on the first sheet next to all your stats.
Yeah, they're in two places.
Oh.
Basic info. I have 0 magic points listed.
Oh. Well, did you set them to your essence?
Ah, okay, got it.
So minus whatever you had.
You cast one cure disease, and you tried one time to purify water, so you lost
minus
3.
2.
Well, the cure disease was 2, and then and then 1 for failing.
Oh yeah, minus 3. Yeah, minus 3. Yeah.
So you're 3 down from your essence and magic points currently.
3.
Well, every time you fail a spell, you lose half the magic points of the spell.
You got the back.
Oh, it's only half. Right. So I'm only down 3. Got it.
Yeah.
Right. Back to my basic info.
They
Keep
come
in
back
mind, if you hit 0, you pass the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm at 2 right now, so I stopped.
Oh, that's adorable. All right.
Good way to get sleep every fucking night. You will sleep for a full 8 hours, whether you want to or not. There is no insomnia among wizards. It's like bing, bing, bing. I'm positioning myself above my bed.
I have 0 fear of falling asleep from that issue. Got it.
Okay. So, what do you guys do? Do you want to just hang out until nighttime, or because if you wanted to go to the woods at night tonight for whatever reason, you need to set off now, and then you should be lost dark in the woods.
I think we're gonna do morning. Yeah.
Morning.
Or we could maybe buy some tents and camping gear in the morning.
What, you don't want to just die of exposure out in the woods and shit?
I mean, I'm pretty sure my guy will be all right, but I don't know about these two.
No, they're going to die. Okay, cut to morning. You guys all had fucking weird, creepy-ass nightmares and shit, but since you made your rolls good enough, no sanity loss that night.
Pretty sure I sat on a bed and watched alien porn with some dude I just met.
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, the guy who cured his disease, which I believe was TJ, cured his disease. No nightmares for you. Nightmares for the other 2. Yeah, today is a brand new day. Everybody give me their con/endurance rolls. Keep in mind, if you get a crit, you are done with making those forever. And during this mod, I mean. If you succeed, you're fine aside from the horrible, racking diarrhea.
Fine.
Yeah, all you got is the diarrhea thing. It's not like I can't leave the toilet diarrhea, but when you shit, it's like a fucking fire hose combined with a soft serve ice cream.
Yeah, I'm going to try that again as well for myself.
So we should buy some extra underwear with that tent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just in case.
Sounds like a good idea. What?
Come on, give me the light on fire one. Nope, he just stands there going, for a round. He's been getting some rather mild fumble cards.
I failed to cast my spell. Oh, well.
Well, you only lose half the magic points, so if you wanted to keep trying, you can.
Oh, do I have to keep doing the willpower?
Every fucking time. But 12 power times 5, so not hard to make.
So long as you don't fumble, you'll be fine.